Hi there. Some of you will know I'm quite passionate about my Kindle, so I thought I'd show it to you today. This is the previous generation, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's waterproof, works with a USB to charge it. Battery life is, well, mine is 4 weeks, if not more. I would buy this little cover to go with it. It really just protects the screen, and it sort of makes it feel more like a book. But as you see, when you open it, you can fold it right back, and it becomes nice. So here's the Kindle, and again, this is a paper white screen. This is not like your laptop screen. So even in darkness, you can read it. But more importantly, in sunlight, you can read it very clearly. So it's really a wonderful screen. And that's one of the reasons why your battery life is so long, because this is not using any battery at all. It'll only use battery when I turn a page or when I open a book. But then it doesn't use battery anymore. This is the library, and it shows you these are the latest books that I've read. It'll tell you when you've read them or how much you've read of them. Here you can also put them into categories. So I've made some categories about news books or collections or samples. I've got a lot of samples, 164 samples. One of the nicest thing about Kindle, of course, is you can download a sample, doesn't cost you anything, and you can normally read the first chapter for free. And it's certainly a lot easier than sitting in a bookshop and surreptitiously trying to read a chapter to get the feel of the book, to see if it's worth it. And of course, when you buy a book on Kindle, and they're not that expensive, they're certainly a lot cheaper than books in a bookshop, of course. Instant delivery, you get it delivered to you over Wi-Fi, and you can start reading it within 30 seconds. And I think for those of us who are a little bit remote, we have good bookshops here in Swakopmund, but of course, Barnes & Noble, New York, or Foyle's bookshop in London, we don't have the range that they have. So to have access to these books is really useful. You can also sort your books. I've got it in descending order according to what I've read. But you can also do something very interesting. My whole Kindle, and I've been using this now for how many years? Probably 10 years. All of my books now are on Kindle. Let me just make that a capital letter, and I'll say B. B, no, that doesn't want to do capitals. B and C. It'll find all the books on my whole Kindle that mention the BBC, and I've got 3 books, one about engineering, one about the birth of the BBC, and one called The War Against the BBC. So how useful is that? You can immediately look through your whole collection to see the books that mention the word that you're interested in. All right, let's go into a book. This is called The New Noise, and to turn the page, of course, very, very simple. You just gently touch the side of the screen, and if you don't like that, you can go back by pressing the left-hand side of the screen. So very easy and really easy to use. And again, your title page allows you to go directly to where you want to go to. Just one thing, of course, and for those of you who are getting a bit older, you can set your Kindle up so that the font size is a font that you can easily read. So those large print books that you get in the library? Well, you can have large print on your Kindle just by swiping the screen and doing that. All right, so here's my book, and you'll see at the bottom in here, it says time left in the chapter 11 minutes. I like to read like that. So this chapter 1, I've got 11 minutes to read it, and of course it'll work it out. The more I read, it'll tell me how many minutes I've got left. You can also say time left in the book, which is, 3 hours and 40 minutes. It gives me the location, or it gives me nothing, or it gives me, again, time in the chapter. So the nice thing about the Kindle, it really lets you get on with the business of reading. It doesn't have any nonsense here, things popping up, annoying you. It's just, read the book, and basically that's it. And I see here, maybe I'm reading this book, and I see this word which says indignation. So if I hold on to that word, you'll see there, it gives me at the bottom here a beautiful dictionary definition, because you've got in this case, the Oxford Dictionary of English built in. So that is really useful. It's also got a wonderful feature which I use quite often, which is me making a note. And so I've made a note on that, and eventually my entire book, I can share all of my notes with my friends, or I can just share that note. And I can collect. I'm not connected to a Wi-Fi network at the moment, but if I was, then I would simply click on that, and I could share that with somebody who I was interested in, or I thought would be interested in my note. And again, if I look here for the word radio, I'm not doing too well today. Sorry, let's come back here. Radio. Oh, there it is there, yeah. It should be able to find that word, radio. So in other words, it'll look through the entire book. There we go there. And every time the word radio is mentioned, I can go and have a look and see where that radio was. And I've got 112 results where it mentions radio in this particular book. So, that's basically the Kindle. Again, battery will last you a long time. Very easy to read. All of my books are stored on here. You can download them instantly. And I think, again, the books seem to be cheaper than they are in a bookshop. And you have them with you. Wherever I go in the world, I have my Kindle with me. So all of these books I have with me. And I can simply look them up and start reading them, or read them again, or share some notes, or share some ideas with people. So again, this is the Kindle. It should cost you less than 3,000 Namibian dollars to buy it. Please make sure you get the international version, not the American version. And they'll deliver it by DHL. That's including the customs duty, and that's including the delivery. And it should be here within a week or two. So there you go.